Welcome back, race fans, to the Yahoo Cup Series. We are here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway down in the NASCAR state of North Carolina. This is the longest and most grueling race on the NASCAR schedule, being much longer than any other race there is. Once again, we have 29 cars here ready to take on this quad oval shaped track with an odd shape coming to the finish line, giving it its name. This race starts at the day but ends in the cold of night. However, the track will be hot no matter what condition. As we are going through the field, let's head on over to our ones to watch. Christopher Bell starts up front. He'll be fast today. Ryan Blaney coming off a rough race at the road course. Let's see if he can get up front. And Kyle Larson starts at the back, but he has a really fast car today. Now let's head to pit road and get the command.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
As these drivers finish off rolling off a pit road, let's head to the starting lineup. Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch will start on row 1. Following them is Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch in row 2. Row 3 has William Byron and Austin Cindric. And row 4 will be Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman. Row 5 is Ryan Blaney and Daniel Suarez. Row 6 has Chase Elliott and Martin Truex. Row 7 is Chase Briscoe and Harrison Burton. Row 8 is Kevin Harvick and Chris Buescher. Following them will be Cole Custer and Ross Chastain. Then it's Joey Logano and Eric Almirola, Eric Jones and Ty Dillon, with Ricky Stenhouse and Todd Gilliland following them, Josh Bilicki and Kaz Gralla, Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson, and rounding out the field will be Corey LaJoie. We're at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's a 1.5 miles each lap. It's a high-banked quad oval. We have 10 laps here today, 29 cars. Denny Hamlin's on the pole. Most of the Toyotas are up front, and it's the halfway point of the season. Now the drivers are ready to come take the green flag here at Charlotte, and green flag is in the air. Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch will lead him to the green flag as everyone else will follow behind them. Up front, though, William Byron making an early 3-wide move for third. He's going to make it work and be even with Bell and Kyle coming off the corner. Kurt Busch gets a good run and will clear Denny Hamlin with help from his brother, Kyle Busch, giving him a shove down the back, as Kyle Busch will end up passing Hamlin for second, as there's 3-wide battles going on throughout the whole field. But it looks like Byron's going to get Hamlin a little loose through the corner. Byron's going to gain some spots and get in front of Hamlin, with his teammate Alex Bowman going to get to his outside. Hamlin is starting to fall back after starting in the lead. They're 4 wide farther back, though, but Kurt Busch will lead lap 1 to go through the field. Kyle Busch is gaining on Kurt as he's going to go and enter the corner on the high side. Going to get a big run off the corner. Looks like Byron's going to get spun. And a big crash. Cindric up in the air getting T-boned by Truex. Massive crash collecting Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, and Chris Buescher. And in the replay, it looks like Hamlin got into Byron going into the corner. Might have been a little revenge after Byron moved Hamlin out of the way in the previous lap. His big hit from Cindric as Buescher had nowhere to go, and Elliott and Harvick have minor damage, but will probably be able to continue after the wreck. As Denny Hamlin will be getting penalized for intentionally wrecking Byron, as Cindric, Truex, and Buescher end up in the garage. As we have many people coming to pit road early here to get some fresh tires and some repairs if they're involved in the wreck, as Christopher Bell will lead the race off pit road. Larson and Stenhouse, a lot of guys gaining positions in the front, but Bowman and Byron lose a bunch of spots off pit road, as people like Gilliland and LaJoie gain spots. Now here's your field, or the rest of the field, picking their lanes, as Kurt and Kyle both go to the outside, as green flag's back in the air. Chase Briscoe pushes Suarez into the corner, giving Suarez a big shove, gets Suarez loose, and now they're 3 wide for the lead. Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, and Chase Briscoe are 3 wide for the lead going down the backstretch. Kyle Busch is going to be able to clear for the lead as Blaney's going to give Briscoe a push and take him 3 wide into the corner. Now Blaney and Briscoe go 3 wide with Kyle for the lead, but Kyle is still going to get a big run off the corner and be able to stay in front of them for the lead. As Chase Briscoe is going to go up in front of Suarez, almost wrecking them, but Kyle Busch will continue to lead. Briscoe and Blaney stay even for second. They're 3 wide for fourth as Blaney drives it in. Briscoe gets a little tight, losing ground. Where did Logano come from? Logano makes contact with Briscoe, almost wrecks going down the back. Kyle Busch still has a big lead. Briscoe's going to be able to get to the inside. They're 3 wide behind them for third as Chastain's coming through the field. Kurt Busch is back up there, going to get a big run. Suarez is falling back. They're 3 wide all over the place as Bell and Bowman are starting to make their way through the field fast after getting fresh tires. as Kurt Busch is going to split him 3 wide. That's a risky move, but Briscoe drives it in. He's going to be able to clear them for the lead. As Chastain makes it 3 wide trying to go for the lead, Kyle Busch and Briscoe bump draft going down the backstretch, getting a ton of speed. As Bowman and Bell continue to gain a lot of spots, they're back in the top 10. Briscoe goes up the track. Kyle Busch does a crossover. He goes to the inside for the lead. Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe side by side off the corner as Blaney and Chastain have been still side by side. Here comes Bowman and Bell. They're back in the top 5 as Larson's getting help from Byron as well to get up there. Bell and Bowman make it 3 wide. Here comes Christopher Bell and Alex Bowman driving it in way deep. It's still 3 wide now with Briscoe for second. Kyle Busch remains in the lead though, having a really fast car. But here comes Bell and Bowman. With the fresh tires that they got after that first caution, they have flown through the field to get back up front. And they're 3 wide. It looks like Bowman and Bell are going to be able to clear Kyle Busch, leading that lap. Kyle Busch and there's a crash. Kurt Busch, Kyle's brother, Rex, collecting Hamlin and LaJoy. Oh, and there goes Custer, pinning the wall and upside down, flipping once and coming back on all 4s. Massive hit. It looks like he just had nowhere to go. Let's see in the replay. Suarez was pushing Kurt and just bumped him in the wrong way, spinning him back into the field, collecting Hamlin and LaJoy, but they drive off. However, Cole Custer had nowhere to go and got pinned into the wall and launched into the air. As right there, Hamlin and LaJoy get collected, but minor damage between them as Custer just vaults off of Kurt and does one flip and lands back on all 4s. LaJoy and Hamlin will be able to continue in the race, but Custer and Kurt will join Centric, Truex, and Buescher in the garage. It looks like everyone comes to pit road this time to get fresh tires and repairs, as Christopher Bell will once again win the race off pit road. It looks like a lot of guys took 2 tires instead of 4. As the first guy to take 4 is Kyle Busch, who goes from 3rd to 7th, with Christopher Bell jumping up into 1st due to strategy. But people like Briscoe haven't gotten new tires at all. But green-white checker here. We are in overtime after that crash took us to the final laps. As Alex Bowman and Byron work together, and there goes Briscoe right in front of the pack. It's the big one at Charlotte. Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, a lot of front runners in this wreck with nowhere to go as people even wrecking, trying to just slow down. The field is stopped as the track is blocked in front of them. Only 4 cars managed to get by, and it is a red flag. Then a replay looks like Stenhouse tried to make an aggressive 3 wide move under Briscoe and just took him out, and the field had nowhere to go. Briscoe bounced off the inside wall. Stenhouse collects Bubba trying to avoid. It looks like Blaney goes up in the air with Larson going underneath Stenhouse. Lots of big hits in this wreck. But as they clean up the track, the field goes back to just caution conditions as a couple people come to pit road to get fresh tires one last time for another overtime finish. This will be overtime attempt number 2 as the field comes back to the green. It's Bell and Kyle versus Bowman and Byron. Logano makes it 3 wide. He just got fresh tires. He's going to be coming through the field. But Bell, Kyle, and Bowman are 3 wide going down the back. Kyle Busch is the first guy with 4 tires, so he's going to be much faster than a lot of these guys. And here comes Logano. Logano's already back up to 4th after just pitting. He was back in 8th. But now here they are, Kyle Busch and Bowman side by side for the lead. Logano and Byron now going for it. But Logano's 3 wide for the lead. White flag is in the air. One more time around. Next flag ends the race. Joey Logano's going to have the advantage, being able to drive it in deep. But Kyle Busch stays even with him on his outside. Looks like they're both going to clear Bowman exiting the corner as there's Bell and Byron trying to stay with him. Bowman's going to take him 3 wide under Logano and Kyle. As Bowman gets really loose. Here comes Bell back for it. Byron gets a big run. But coming to the checker, it looks like it's going to be Kyle Busch holding them off to get the win here. What a wild, wild finish here as the rest of the field comes to the finish. Briscoe managing to finish. What a crazy finish. It looks like Kyle Busch was not able to complete a burnout because after all that contact, he had no tires left. But here's the field and the finishers. Hamlin, a rough day. Briscoe, a rough day. With a couple of backmarkers, though, able to get up front due to all the carnage. Unfortunate for Blaney. He had a fast car and had a rough week last week. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to recover from that. And just a lot of people who wrecked early back here as well. Now, if we look at the point standings, Alex Bowman still leads, but William Byron is now only 1 point behind the Daytona 500 champion. Christopher Bell is the next guy behind them, and he's even really far back. Kyle Busch, after being far back in the points, jumps up, maybe back in contention to run for the championship. But guys like Bubba, Custer, Almirola, Cindric, and especially Truex have had a really rough start to the season. Hopefully they'll be able to recover in the second half of the season.